Hey, all. We had another month, another project in the books, and this one was a doozy. It rivals probably maybe one of our bigger projects that we've done. Certainly, as far as turnout, we had between 30 and 32 guys at this project, so it was a bumping work site. I can say that much, which is great. Um, Backstories we found, we heard word of this home, husband, wife, both working, trying to make life happen, raise two kids, and just life had continued to compound on them as far as obviously variety of issues on their home, um, health things, mental health things with various family members, and um, family dynamics, and then car things, and then there's just the normal life stuff like, hey, the boiler's got a thing we got to fix, or we don't have heat, just life compounds. And so they were pretty buried, just because of the hand life had dealt them, and them trying to dig their way back out. And so we went in and we had to resupport a whole kind of front room. Had never really gotten properly, foundation work had never really been properly done. So we had to like rebuild this whole huge beam, put some footers in, and redo that, jack the room up several inches. We had to rip off about half their roof. We thought we could get away with only replacing some of the sheathing, and then we tore into it, and it was way worse than we thought. We had sopping wet sheathing that was rotten and full of holes. We had fiberglass insulation that was a wet sponge. We had tons of damage. So we ended up ripping it all off, sistering all the rafters, putting in new insulation, putting in all new sheathing over a good portion of the roof, and then shingling the whole thing and blending it back into both sides of their roof, as well as the beam underneath. And we did a rear door that was exterior door that was in need of replacement. We also did a front 6x6 landing with stairs on a different part of their house that had since been, the previous one is rotten and destroyed and unusable. And that's important so you can have two ways out of your home in case of a fire or whatever. So a safety issue there. So we had our hands in a lot of places on this home, and kept everyone busy through most of the day. But it was great. We had some. We finally got some guys to come up from the transformation project. We've been working chat behind the scenes with them, so it was great to see some new faces there. We had some newer faces that have been to one or two projects show back up. And then obviously all the usuals, and even some older faces that used to come more regularly showing back up. So it was like a big reunion slash welcome new people project. So it was really great. But I wanted to read to you the response from the homeowner. This was after we had left that day, because I think it speaks better than maybe I could as far as trying to describe the environment of the project. So this is what the homeowner said. Today I saw God. I saw him in the hearts of men who were strangers. I heard him in the words shared between each other and conversations I had with them. I witnessed Jesus centered hearts, walking as Jesus did. For the past few years, me and my wife had a rough go with this house. Never enough money to keep it repaired, keep the heat on, electrical wiring was faulty, our roof was falling apart, and found out today how much worse it really was because of Living Last coming here with an army of God's servants, most of whom I did not know, to volunteer to fix our house. It's been one heck of a fight, but now as I sit here in the rain on a brand new porch, old one was rotten and destroyed, I give praise, I give thanks to God for the gift of peace and love, to those men for their God-shaped hearts, lastly to my wife for being a lesson in patience and calm. It's been rough, but God came through, like he always does. Also, I give a huge thanks and a love to every gentleman who is here today. You are the ones God has called, and you answered. It's given me newfound strength in my faith to see such an image of Christ like service for others in need. And then he quotes Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And then he says, freely given grace and gifts should be given freely to others in turn. Time to move forward in his light and live more like him than I ever have. So that's how that's the impact we got to leave, which was just mind blowing. You never really know. Just in the craziness of the day, you're having fun with buddies, and you're doing good work, but it's always hard to know how much of an impact you're really making. And so this guy was in tears multiple times that day, just overwhelmed with just did not expect this this outpouring of love and generosity from people. So we had to pass that along. Again, I like to be able to pass on the wins. It's not about me or the guys necessarily specifically just at the project. It's about all of this whole community that we got going, the people that help support us financially, the guys on the ground, the staff behind the scenes trying to make it happen. It's all of us trying to move in the same direction, right? And so passing it along to you guys is something I love doing. And then just know that this is the impact that we're having. One Saturday, granted, we spent a lot of money on materials. We were about $3,000 over on our material budget, closer to five. I think we ended the day about $5,250 on materials. It's a little steep, but in the vast majority of things, right? $5,000 one Saturday, and that's the kind of impact you leave on a family, which is pretty profound. So again, for you guys that support us already, we thank you for the prayer support. We still need that. We thank you for the financial support. We still need that. If you continue to have been following us and have that inkling to say, hey, I think I want to put my money where my mouth is. We'd love for that to happen too. We need continued financial support to keep this thing moving forward, but also growing. Again, the desire is to be able to get 2 teams mobilized, more staff, and be able to have a more robust ministry and organization. So we need people to partner with us to make that happen. So that was this past month. We look forward to April. We'll be in Turner doing another roof. Another cool story that I think I'm already excited to share with you guys once we knock that one out too. So stay tuned and keep watching for more updates.